Tuesday you were at Turf Wars in Melbourne.
Yep.
And then Friday you arrived here in Perth.
That's correct, yes.
Wow. Hey folks, Ben from Smokin Hot Confessions here. It is Saturday evening at Smokin in the Valley over here in Perth, and someone who's also travelled a long way to be here is Paul from the King and his Queue. Mate, welcome to Perth.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ben. Much appreciated. Glad to be here.
Now you're based in Sydney. What draws you over here to Perth?
Basically, once it's KCBS competition plus Team of the Year points.
Yeah, now I understand you're right at the pointy end there now, aren't you?
That we are. We've competed 3 times this year. This is our 4th competition, and we're very close to the top. Obviously, we want to take out the big one. We want Team of the Year, so it was like, yep, make a few phone calls, come across the pond after Tuesday at Turf Wars, and yeah, here we are.
Wait a minute, so you're based in Sydney.
Yes.
On Wednesday you were at Turf Wars Tuesday. Tuesday you were at Turf Wars in Melbourne.
Yep.
And then Friday you arrived here in Perth.
That's correct, yes.
Wow. And I know that you've been up to Brisbane as well for the Barbecue and Beer Roadshow.
Yeah, that was back in
June, I think.
June. Yeah, that was June. We took out GC at Redlands, and then RGC at Burleigh.
So if this, okay, so Burleigh was KCBS as well.
Yes.
Right. So you haven't actually done a KCBS in your home state.
No, we haven't, because unfortunately there isn't any there at the moment. So hopefully next year we might get one there in home state.
Interesting. So travelling all the way across the other side of your country, how does that affect your cook? Are you cooking on similar cookers to what you usually use?
Yeah, look, we're cooking on drums. They're not actually gateway drums, which is what I normally use, but they are a drum smoker. I'm also cooking on a pellet cooker and a Weber kettle, just to make up 4 cookers. So it takes a bit of consideration, and it does come down to the understanding of barbecue and how different cookers cook. But doing it for the last few years, you've got an understanding of how everything works, and as long as they cook at that right temperature, everything's happy. But we source meat from over here. We also source charcoals, and I brought all my rubs and sauces with me, what I normally use as well. So it makes things interesting but fun at the same time. Puts out a challenge to you as well as competing.
Absolutely, yeah. And I understand there's a bit of an ultra competitive edge here for you this weekend as well. Someone else has come across.
Yeah. Just
to put the pressure on.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Lance here, and just or Big Boy Barbecue, depending on how you know Lance. But I'm happy to see him here, and it just makes the competition way more fun. And it's good to have somebody here at the top end as well as there's a couple of Perth teams that are chasing it too, and all the best to who pulls it off. That'd be great.
I think there's only about 10 points separating the first 4 or 5 teams, isn't there?
Yeah, no, there's not much. It's very tight, very in there.
It's literally going to come down to this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend is going to decide Team of the Year, which is awesome. And if it ends up next year the same thing, damn, I'll be here again next year.
Very cool, very cool.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So with the total fire ban today and not being able to light fires till midnight, I'm guessing that given that you cook on drums and pellets, it's not going to bother you at all.
That's correct. Look, we don't light a fire until about 5:30 this morning, or Sunday morning. So as for a total fire ban, that doesn't bother us at all. My understanding of a total fire ban also includes that you can use pellet cookers, but it also depends on the state as well. So the laws might be different over here in WA as what they are in Sydney, basically because they're an enclosed unit, so that they're not the same. They don't classify them as the same. Drums, yeah, they do spit, the odd flare up, but they're also an enclosed cooker as well. So technically you could, depending on your council laws, you could cook on a drum as well.
Yeah, sure.
You've got to check with your local council, obviously, and your departments.
Yeah.
Make sure you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. So just one thing that just popped in my mind.
Yep.
This is you said 4th KCBS for the year.
4th Australian competition, yes.
Have you, hang on, that's interesting. 4th Australian competition.
Yes.
Where else have you been?
I was in the US in May. I competed in Norco, which is the Norco Brew and Queue.
Oh, cool.
Which is affiliated with the Brew and Queue here in Australia. We went over my wife and I went over as a bit of a holiday, and we did a barbecue comp while we're there. We were successful enough to pull off 9th out of 49 teams. So
Wow, very cool.
Pretty happy about that. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very stoked. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the question I was going to ask was, have you GC'd at a KCBS comp?
We have GC'd. We GC'd at Redlands in Brisbane.
Yep.
Which we're going to GC there, and like I said before, the RGC'd at Burleigh.
So will you be going to the Royal next year then?
We are. Hang on. No, we're chasing a GC now to go to the Royal next year.
Oh, okay.
Because that finished at the end of June, I think it was. That application form for the Royal.
Oh, okay.
So that was in the first half of the year. So this half of the year we're chasing the American Royal.
So the GC that you got in Brisbane,
yes,
was that too close to the end of the period to count for an invite to the Royal?
We could have went in September, but because we'd been in May, we spoke about it. We said, look, we'll.
Gotcha.
We've been to the US once this year. Let's leave it at that, and then we'll chase. We'll go aim for a GC for the next American Royal in September.
Mate, best of luck for this competition this weekend.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks for being part of the show.
Oh, pleasure. Love barbecue.